Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel, Meetings Assistance for Jehovah's Witnesses. I hope you're all doing well. In this new video, we're going to get ready for the Be a Better Teacher section for the week of August 4th to 10th. I hope many of you find it very helpful. Let's begin. Alright, let's start with starting conversations, informal preaching. Begin a conversation with someone who seems to be feeling sad. In a soft and kind voice, "Excuse me. I don't mean to intrude, but I noticed that you seem to be going through a tough time. Are you okay? Well, it's hard to explain. I just haven't been feeling very upbeat lately. These past weeks have been tough. I'm sorry to hear that. Sometimes life throws so much at us at once that it feels overwhelming. Even though we don't know each other, I truly hope you find some relief soon." Short pause. If you don't mind me asking, is there something in particular that's been affecting you the most? Well, some family problems, and honestly, I also feel very alone. It's like no one really cares how I'm feeling. That must be really hard. A lot of people feel that way lately, and it's totally valid to feel like that. Sometimes, we just need someone to listen without judgment. With a calm tone, there's a Bible verse that always helps me when I feel overwhelmed. Would you like to hear it? Sure, go ahead. It's found in Isaiah 41:10. It says, "Do not be afraid, for I am with you. Do not be anxious, for I am your God. I will give you strength and help you. I will hold you firmly with my right hand of righteousness." That's really comforting. I've never heard it like that before. Yes, it's one of those verses that reminds us we're not alone, even when we feel like nobody understands us. God sees what we're going through inside, even if others don't notice. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but if one day you'd like to read more things that offer peace or encouragement, I can show you a free website with articles on how to deal with anxiety, loneliness, or even how to pray when you don't know what to say. That sounds interesting. I think it could help right now. When we're feeling that way, even a small ray of hope can make a big difference. If you'd like, I can leave you the website, and you can check it out when you have a quiet moment. It's called jw.org. Everything on there is free and trustworthy. Now let's move on to making return visits, door-to-door. The person says they're very happy with their religion and don't plan on changing. Hello, good morning. I stopped by the other day and we briefly talked about the Bible. I just wanted to know if you had a chance to look at the brochure I left you. Yes, I saw it, thank you. But to be honest, I'm very happy with my religion. I don't plan on changing. I understand. Do you mind if I ask what it is that you like most about your religion? Well, what I like most is that I grew up with it. It's been part of my life since I was a child. My parents, my grandparents, they've all practiced it. It's taught me good values, like respecting others, helping others, things I consider very important. That's something really valuable. You can tell you truly appreciate it. Yes, absolutely. Plus, it gives me a sense of belonging. You know, the community, the rituals, it brings me peace. I may not follow everything to the letter, but it helps me feel close to God. That makes a lot of sense. Sometimes what we value isn't just the teachings, but the whole environment that surrounds our faith. Exactly. And to be honest, sometimes I feel like when people come to talk to me about the Bible, they just want to convince me that I'm wrong. And I don't like that. I'm not looking to get into debates. I completely understand. It's not my intention to argue or compare beliefs. In fact, I believe everyone has very personal reasons for believing what they do. Have you ever found yourself wanting to believe something, but still having questions you didn't know how to answer? Laugh slightly, yes, many times. There are things I don't fully understand or that don't quite convince me. Like, why is there so much suffering if God is love? Or why does it feel like sometimes you pray and nothing happens? Those are really deep questions. Have you been able to talk about that with someone from your community? I've tried, but often the answer is, you just have to have faith. And while I respect that, sometimes I'd like a clearer explanation, something more Bible-based. I understand. That's actually one of the things that motivates me to keep learning. Personally, this verse helped me a lot. Opens Bible or shows it on their phone, it's in John 17:3, and it says, "This means everlasting life, they're coming to know you, the only true God, and the one whom you sent, Jesus Christ." I'd never read it that way. Knowing God, not just believing in Him. Exactly. Sometimes we assume we already know Him because we were taught from a young age. But in the Bible, to know refers to understanding what God is really like, how He thinks, how He acts. Do you think there are still things to discover about God? Definitely. We never stop learning. But it's also kind of scary. What if that leads me to question things I've always believed? That's completely understandable. Changing or even just questioning what you believe can be difficult, especially when family or friends think differently. Exactly. Sometimes it's not just about what I believe, but about what others might say if I start seeing things differently. Of course. That's why, rather than asking you to change anything, I'd just like to keep sharing some Bible ideas, no pressure, at your own pace. Maybe over time, you'll find some of the answers helpful. Would it be okay if next time I showed you how the Bible answers that question you asked about suffering? Yes, that sounds interesting. I'm not making any promises, but it's fine with me. Perfect. Thanks for opening up and for having such an honest conversation. See you next time. Now let's move on to the talk. Title: Why do they have to talk about me? Imagine that one day you find out someone you consider a friend has been saying things behind your back. It might not be a huge lie, but still, it hurts. Play button: could you forgive them? Play button: would you talk to them to clear things up? Play button: or would you think, well, I know things about them too. If your answer is, "I don't know," or even, "No way," then this talk might help you. Why does gossip hurt so much? Gossip isn't just innocent conversation. Many times, there's a hurtful intention behind it, even if it's not obvious. And when it comes from someone close, the wound is deeper. Open book in Psalm 55. 12-14, the psalmist expresses pain not from an enemy's betrayal, but from a close friend. That explains why, as one young woman said, "It hurts so much. I couldn't believe they were saying that about me." Conclusion. Nobody likes being talked about behind their back, whether it's a friend or a stranger. Words have power, and they can wound. What can you do? 2 Bible-based options. Turn a deaf ear. Small blue diamond. Ecclesiastes 7 verse 9 says, "Do not be quick to take offense. Some things just aren't worth our energy." One young woman shared how someone said she was dating a guy she didn't even know. She just laughed it off and let it go. Another helpful tip. Notebook with decorative cover. Write down what was said and how it made you feel. Psalm 4. 4 says, "Speak in your heart." Sometimes putting it on paper helps release the tension. Talk to the person, but wisely. Small orange diamond. If the damage is deep, talking to the one who started the rumor may be necessary. But before doing that, consider these Bible principles. Open book Proverbs 1:13, "Do I know the full story?" Open book James 1:19, "Am I calm enough to talk, or is anger taking over?" Open book Matthew 7:12, "How would I like to be approached if the roles were reversed?" Practical tip. Before speaking, write down what you plan to say. Wait a few days. Reread it. You can even talk it over with someone mature to get a second opinion. Checkered flag. Conclusion, the power is in your hands. You can't stop people from talking about you. But you can choose not to do the same, not to respond with hatred, or repay bad with bad. Play button. When you respond to gossip with maturity, you show strength, self-control, and practical faith. Most importantly, you reflect God's principles in your daily life, even in uncomfortable situations. Well, those were the presentation examples for this week's Be a Better Teacher section. I truly hope they're very helpful to you, dear brothers and sisters. Sending you a big hug, and may Jehovah always bless and protect you.